And you're still with us here at the Met Park Sports Center for this 25 under matchup between the Adamson University Soaring Falcons and the Manuel L. Quezon University Stallions for the NDSL Basketball Series 2025 and under tournament. My name is Joel Parcon alongside my partner Kyle Sanchez and the third member of our panel, Yonce Acosta. Good afternoon, Kyle.
Good afternoon. We had an interesting ball game earlier with the St. Clair Saints getting an easy victory from the San Beda Red Lions, and now it's going to be another important matchup between the Adamson Soaring Falcons and the MLQU Stallions. Of course, the winner will determine the seeding as well heading into our semifinal round.
And let's not take any longer. Let's turn you over to our venue announcer to begin this ball game.
To the Met Park Sports Center in Pasay City. Game 2-3 of our final elimination of the inaugural season of the National Developmental Sports League. Is the game featuring the Adamson Soaring Falcons versus the MLQU Stallions. And now let's meet the starters first with the Adamson University Soaring Falcons. At center, number 0, Axel Manzon. Point guard, number 18, CJ O'Malley. Shooting guard, number 17, Enzo Competente. Small forward, number 33, John Ray Abayon. And power forward, number 77, Gian Sikat. Coaching for the Adamson Soaring Falcons is first assistant, Will Magbuhos. And now let's give it up for your MLQU Stallions. At center, number 56, Sean Julian. Point guard, number 25, Lauro de Guzman. Shooting guard, number 14, Gab Nino. Small forward, number 11, Asi Placido. And power forward, number 54, Renzo Donega. Head coach for the Stallions, Miguel Alimasa. Our officials for this second game, crew chief Gomer Minya. Umpire 1, Jason Ladisla. Umpire 2, Carlo Lesurex Shaw. This game is under the supervision of our Commissioner, Joel Ngo. This is the National Developmental Sports League, ang Liga ng Atleta Pilipino!
And we're just about ready to start the first quarter. This will be an all-important ball game for these two teams as it can determine who will take that last seat into the semifinals. And De Guzman calling for the play. Dino, they swing it around. Here's De Guzman for 3. No. Rebound goes to Sikat.
A good shot there by De Guzman. He was wide open and the shot clock was winding down.
Abayon getting it for the Falcons. He is joined by Manzon, Umali, Sikat, and Competente. And the big man Manzon getting inside, drawing a foul. The Adamson Soaring Falcons with a 2-3 win-loss card. And MLQU with, I believe, 1-4. 2 for 2 from the line is Manzon. Here's Placido. He is their top man, the top scorer. Gets it inside to his big man, and that is a hook from Sean Julian.
Oh, that's a throwback move there coming from Julian. You don't see that too often. A good move using his size, shoot over the defender.
Sikat wanted to give it to Manzon. Tip pass to Competente for 3. No. Placido gets the board. Dino asking for it from the opposite 45. Here's Dino getting a screen from Julian. Dino had a big game yesterday, missing on that jumper. Here's Competente. They swing it around. Sikat. Back up top. Competente using the man's on screen. Goes up for the jumper. No.
That's 2 straight misses now for Competente. Although he is one of the better shooters for this Soaring Falcons squad, just hasn't found his rhythm to start this game.
De Guzman asking for the screen from Julian. Gets it to Dino. 4-3. No. Competente with a rebound. Gives it up to Sikat. The Falcons moving the ball around. Manzon with what I will now call the Isaiah Hartenstein shot.
Yes, around the, just below the free throw line, that push shot, that one-handed push shot, very effective for big men.
Gives them the lead at 4-2, 7 minutes to go in the first quarter. Here's Julian, gives it up. They get it to Dino on the corner. Still nothing. Julian with the offensive rebound. Nice fake and makes the shot.
Dino's been open from the perimeter, just hasn't been able to knock down his shots. So luckily, Julian was at the right place at the right time for that putback.
Here's Sikat 4-3. Yes, sir.
First three-pointer of the game, courtesy of GN Sikat.
Gives them the 7-4 lead. De Guzman over to Placido. Julian pops out, up top. Thinking about the three. Gives it up to Dino while offering a screen. Rolls inside and gets another hook shot.
He seems very comfortable with that shot. Doesn't really have an extended range from around the three-point area, but down low, if he feels he has a mismatch, he's going to try and take advantage of it.
Here are the Falcons on the attack once again. Umali. Shot is up and in. Keeping that lead at 3 for the Falcons. This is a higher scoring ball game than that first one that we had.
Oh yes, definitely a defensive matchup earlier in our first game. St. Clair getting the better of the Red Lions.
As Placido missing on that triple try, and it will go back to the Falcons.
Kobe Demisana and Cade Ronzon getting their first taste of action here.
Meanwhile, RK Bailon checking in for MLQU. Here are the Soaring Falcons. Sikat, he will try once again from the outside. Too strong this time. Demisana getting their offensive rebound and the basket, plus the foul.
Kobe Demisana, one of the more agile bigs for the Soaring Falcons squad. Transferee from the Ateneo Blue Eagles program, now finding a home with the Soaring Falcons.
And he will have a bonus free throw. And Zahir Jahidi checking into the game. Let's take another look at what transpired earlier. Kobe Demisana just using his length, taking strides to the basket. They misses on the bonus, but they get the offensive rebound. The pass was wayward. It was intended for Sajili.
Fortunately, Sahili, miscommunication there. Tried to cut back door. Ronzon was there in the corner, but the pass was way off the mark.
And we've got an update from Beyonce.
You know, Joel and Kyle, Manuel Luis Quezon University learned the hard way in their last game to keep the intensity pouring over until the very last buzzer. Their coach Miguel Alimasa knows that they almost had the game if only they kept their defense to the very end, and that is what he's expecting from the Stallions in this one. More defense even if they have less men, with Encico and Manrisa down with the flu to the point that the latter had to go to the hospital just yesterday. Another player under the weather, but there on the Stallions bench is Felizardo. Let's see how the Stallions will perform with some of their relied upon players focusing on recovering. Joel and Kyle?
And thank you for that report, Beyonce. Yes, health is something that a lot of these teams will have to contend with. The heat is not contributing to keeping yourself 100%.
That's right.
And on that score, the Falcons are now up by 7, 13-6. Jumper is up for Dina, no good.
Hasn't shot well to start this game.
And another chance for the Falcons to increase their lead. Demisana. Fake handoff to run zone, but here on the second try. Sajili for 3. Off the left iron, but Demisana is there for the offensive rebound and the putback. He doesn't make it, but he will go to the line for 2.
Even though Demisana didn't have the inside position, he was able to use those long arms to get the offensive rebound. And even though he was unsuccessful on the putback, he has 2 free throw attempts coming right up.
First one is in. That lead is now up to 8. Two for 2. Soft touch for the big man.
And Adamson now in a full court man-to-man.
That will be a bit of a problem for MLQU. We'll see how they can match that intensity. Placido. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Getting a screen. Jumper is up. That's off to the right. Rebound. Off to Sajili for the easy layup. And a timeout is called on the floor. The score is 17-6 with 2 minutes and 1 second to go in the first quarter as we take another look at that fast break layup. Zaire Sajili. We'll be back. And you're still with us here at the Met Park Sports Center. Zaire Sajili, one of the players that will be vital for this Adamson cause. Lead is 11 for Adamson. Bailon gets it to Placido for 3. Short. Rebound stays with MLQU, but nothing going on the putback by Hubert Castro. Here's De Jesus. They get it to the corner. Sajili down to Ronzon. Ronzon, he's got the smaller Bailon in front of him. Kicks it out. Demisana is short on the 3. Rebound controlled by Bailon. He's got players on left and right. Shot is in for Christopher Punzalan.
And good pass there coming from Bailon, seeing Punzalan on his right. Simple no-look pass to throw off Demisana.
Here's Ronzon over to Demisana. Demisana for three. Yes, sir. That is going to be a problem for opponents.
That's right. Demisana has that in his range, and seeing that he was shooting well from the free throw line gave him enough confidence to take that three-pointer.
A lot of times it takes a couple of free throws to get you into the rhythm before you can actually have that outside shot.
That's right. Seeing that ball go in the hoop can really affect the mindset of a player.
As Zahir Sajili getting that fast break basket once again, bringing this lead back up to 14 with 15 seconds to go in the first quarter. Last shot time for MLQU. Here's Bailon. Gives it up. Shot is up. No good this time. On the rebound, there's a foul on De Jesus.
That's only Adamson's first team foul of this game.
So good, honest defense. Neither team in the penalty, actually. Placido. Oh, Hubert lost the ball. And that will go out of bounds at the end of one. It's a 14-point lead for the Adamson Soaring Falcons over the MLQU Stallions. We'll be back for the second quarter. This is the NDSL Basketball Series 2025. And it's the start of the second quarter. It's a 14-point lead for the Adamson Soaring Falcons. Inside Competente with a basket.
And good recognition by Sikat. Seeing that Competente was wide open. Miscommunication on the defense there.
And that lead is now at 16 as another turnover for the MLQU Stallions. The Falcons are a little bit more in tune with each other, despite the fact that they didn't play yesterday. Meanwhile, the Stallions also had a game yesterday.
And you can really see the difference of these NCAA and UAAP programs compared to schools from other leagues.
There's just a little bit more mental telepathy, if you will, among the players. The chemistry that they have and the system that they employ. As Sean Julian will get a foul from Manzon. That first shot is short. And Sean Julian in their game yesterday actually had something on his shoulder, so I don't know if that's still affecting his shot today. Although he did make a pair of hook shots in the first quarter.
He looks to be feeling better. Good for him, as this team is really going to need his services today against the likes of Kobe Demisana and Sikat.
Sikat here. Gives it up to Manzon. That ball is poked loose. And here's Bailon with the easy layup. Abayon bringing down the ball. for the Falcons. Sikat. Over to the big man. Bayon. That defense a little too sticky for Renzo Deniega. So, Placido will check into the game for JC Oliveros. Sikat trying to get some space. Oh, there's an unsportsmanlike foul signaled by our referee RK Bailon, the perpetrator. Our referees will take another look at what happened.
There seemed to be some color developing between CJ O'Malley and RK Bailon by the corner. We didn't really see what happened as we had our eyes on the ball, but our officials, of course, now going to our instant replay so they can get the right call. Obviously, the call on the floor was an unsportsmanlike foul, but we'll see if there was anything more.
We're trying to see if we have an angle for that. It did happen right in front of our baseline referee. Okay, so we're just about ready to hear. So after review of the replay. Okay, so it will be a regular foul on Bailon. And there will be a warning on CJ O'Malley for faking a foul.
Bailon dodging a bullet there. Initially, it was an unsportsmanlike foul on the floor as both players show a sign of sportsmanship there, dapping each other up, but play continues.
And our cameras caught that on tape. Well, we don't really capture things on tape anymore.
The younger crowd will not understand that reference.
Here's Competente. Goes up, is fouled by Placido, and he will go to the line for two.
The game has slowed down a bit here in the second quarter with some of these fouls stopping the clock. Now it's Competente's turn at the free throw line.
First one goes in. Extending that lead back up to 14. Couple of substitutions from either team. Dino checking back into the game, as well as Joshua Barcelona. 7 minutes to go in the second quarter. It's a 15-point lead for Adamson. Here's Dino. He's up against Competente. We've got a report from Beyonce. Beyonce, take it away.
Similar with the Stallions, the head coach of the Soaring Falcons is also a player-turned-coach, and Coach Wilfie Maguas focused on one-on-one defense and box-out drills in their last practice. Defense was also what's lacking in their last game, and he will not allow a repeat of what happened, especially since he considers himself a defensive coach. He warned the Falcons that if they do not execute their one-on-one defense on that court, he will put them out of it, and they will have to sit beside him. Let's observe whether the rest of this first half will satisfy their coach, especially in terms of defense. Joel and Kyle.
Thank you for that report, Beyonce. Well, I would like to think that they are doing what their coach was telling them to do.
That's right, holding the MLQU Stallions to 13 points. A minute left from getting into the halfway mark of the second quarter. So they're putting themselves in a good position and attribute that mainly to their defense.
But they'll need to take care of the ball better, as there's an offensive foul on Demisana. No protestations there. He even apologized to the referee for what happened.
Sahili checking back into this game.
It is still a 13-point deficit that the MLQU Stallions are trying to overhaul. Dino has not really gotten his game going. Neither has Placido. Lucky bounce not there. But Ramos, Wendell Ramos, at the right place at the right time.
And that's not the actor, Wendell Ramos.
And here's Adamson once again, competente, gets a screen. Oh, ball is tipped, falls into the hands of Sajili, no good. Competente with a fadeaway. Four minutes and 45 seconds to go in the second quarter. It's a 13-point lead for Adamson. Placido getting a screen from Ramos. He's up against Sajili. Ramos thought about the jumper, goes up, short. Rebound is all white.
Again, good defense, good team defense by the Soaring Falcons, not allowing MLQU to get a clean look at the basket.
And Demisana is fouled on that move, and he will go to the line for two. Ronzon will check in for CJ Umali. Kobe Demisana already had 2 free throws earlier. He misses this one. So he's 2 for 3. He also had a 3-pointer go in for him. Adjusts and gets the second one. Hubert Castro checks in for Wendell Ramos. Bailon up against Ronzon. Bailon uses his speed. Placido for 3. Yes, sir!
And that might open things up for the offense of the Stallions here before we end the second quarter. Only an 11-point lead for the Adamson Soaring Falcons.
Here's Ronzon. Kicks it out. Demisana for 3. Yes, sir!
And that's going to be a deadly weapon for Demisana once they get into their next UAP season. That will allow him to stretch out and pull out the bigs of the opposing team and leave the paint open.
Meanwhile, RJ Bailon misses on a jumper. Rebound going to Competente. They swing it around to Sajili. Competente with a jumper. No. Dino grabbing that ball. Julian asking for it. He was rim running. He's up against Barcelona. Julian, he's blocked by Demisana. Adamson swinging it around. They go downstairs to Sajili. Sajili loses the ball. MLQU in a rush. Dino pulls up. Still off on his shot.
Dino has been one of the more consistent scorers for his team throughout this season. Just hasn't found his rhythm today.
As De Guzman checks into the game on that foul, Barcelona will go to the line since MLQU is already in the penalty. First one's good. Two for two for Joshua Barcelona. Bring that lead back up to 16, 34 to 18. 2 minutes and change here in the second quarter. Placido looking for something. Bailon spins back, but his pass is off. Picked up by Barcelona, going up for the layup. Oh!
Torrey missed there. No one was there to challenge him at the rim. Maybe took off a step early.
As Placido misses on another jumper. Nice extra pass, and Barcelona finally made sure on that shot.
Good fast break there coming from the Soaring Falcons. No dribbles, just crisp passing. That's what you like to see.
1 minute and 30 seconds to go in the second quarter. It's 36 to 18. The Falcons have doubled up on the score of the Stallions. Here's Sajili after that steal. Soars, but misses. Barcelona is there for the rebound. And here's Ronzon for the floater.
The lead is now back up, and it's at 20 for the Soaring Falcons.
1 minute to go in the half. Placido, his offense has not been there, and he is denied by Demisana, who has a smile on his face.
Demisana just snatching that ball.
The Stallions stymied by the Soaring Falcons. And Barcelona giving up a foul so that his teammate Mervin Ferreras can check into the game. Meanwhile, Wendell Ramos going in for another shot. Here's Hubert Castro. Gives it up to De Guzman. De Guzman attacks. Ramos pulls up. No. Demisana with a rebound. Last shot time.
After cutting this lead to 11, the Soaring Falcons have gone on an 11-0 run to end this second quarter.
We've got less than 6 seconds to go. Ronzon attacks, kicks it out. Demisana for three, too strong. And that's it for the first half. The Adamson Soaring Falcons getting away with it. They're now up by 22 points, 40 to 18 over the MLQU Stallions. As we check out the move of the game, we'll check it out after this score. And we'll probably have that for you when we come back. Okay, here's a third time. Third time's the charm for the move of the game. Soaring to the basket. That is the move of the game from CJ Umali. We'll be back for the second half. At the half, the score is 40 to 18. It's a 22-point lead for the Adamson Soaring Falcons. As we take a look at some highlights, Kobe Demesana had a lot of them, finished with 13 points and 5 rebounds in the first half. And Zahir Sajili bringing in 4 points off the break. Meanwhile, for MLQU, it was RK Bailon pacing the way with 2 points and 3 rebounds, as Asi Placido contributing 5.
It's going to be a tall task for the Stallions to get back into this game. Down by 22 to start the third. Especially for Dino, who has the ball right now. He has to get hot from the field.
Gab Dino in the first half did not score a single point, as Placido, a jumper from inside the three-point line, does not go. Here's Competente. Over to Sikat for 3. Off to the left. Bailon to Dino. It's still off.
They've been looking for him, trying to get him into a rhythm here. Just hasn't been able to knock his shots down. They've been decent looks.
He is shooting 0 out of 7 from the field, as Competente with another basket.
Competente, one of the scorers for the Soaring Falcons team, has an unorthodox release, but very consistent from the field.
He's the second top scorer for the Falcons with 8 points. Ramos, wild shot, rebounded by Competente. Shot is up, no good for Umali, but they get another offensive rebound. Zahir Sajili gets it to Competente. Fade away, yes!
Good pass there by Sahili. Could have taken that shot, but he knew that Competente hit his shot earlier, so he's still feeling good.
Dino and Placido, they need to get their games going if the Stallions want to have any chance at getting this game close. It's been this guy, Sean Julian, trying to get them there. Misses on the hook shot. Gabdinho will take a spell on the bench. And De Guzman and Bailon in the game together for the first time. Sikat, baseline, pass was a little too strong. Here's Competente for 3, that's short. Placido to De Guzman, asking Bailon to come out and receive the ball. Two-man game, Bailon and Julian. Denied. Placido for 3, that's off.
Sahili streaking down the floor.
That's his third easy layup. He just goes right down the lane after a rebound.
That's right, good idea by Sahili to sprint towards their basket, and good recognition from I think that's Umali to find him on the break.
Bailon over to Placido. Still nothing, but there's Sean Julian for the putback. And that prompts the re-entry of Kobe Demesana. Here's Barcelona over to the corner. Sajili. That pass is tipped off, and they get it back. Sikat after that no-look pass from CJ Umali.
So that's 2 good passes now, back-to-back for CJ Umali. First finding Sahili open and on the break. This time Sikat was open for a split second. Good eyes coming from Umali.
And finally, MLQU gets something going from the outside. It's only their second three-pointer, this time from RK Bailon. Sajili too strong on the shot. Ball is tipped and will go to the Stallions. As Abayon and Demesana check into the game for Competente and Sikat. It's a 25-point lead, 48-23. Being enjoyed by the Adamson Soaring Falcons. As Julian will give up the foul on that rebound.
Only the first team foul for either team here in the third quarter, already at the halfway mark. And even on dead balls, we do have a running time. That's why the clock continues even during these dead ball possessions.
That makes it all the more important for these teams to make good on every possession that they get.
Oh yes, once you accumulate all those seconds from the clock, especially if you're trailing, that could hurt you if you don't move quickly.
As Ronzon mistook one of our referees as a teammate.
Oh yes, our official was wide open. Could have taken that three-pointer.
As it is right now, that's an error that they can live with. They are up by 25. Bailon fakes the three, gives it up. Extra pass inside, but that was kicked by Barcelona. Shot clock will reset to 14 seconds as we've got a report from Beyonce.
First half, and obviously the beginning of this quarter is not favoring the Stallions. So according to Coach Miguel Gula, they inevitably adjusted their defense by seeing if zone defense will be more effective in closing the gap on the scoreboard. Accompanying this with focusing more on getting the rebounds in this second half, and they have their hopes up. On the other side of the court, Coach Wilfie still isn't satisfied with the Falcons' defense, even lecturing them that at this point, there shouldn't be a need to tell his players to box out. They should have already drilled that into their minds. He expects them to practicalize the words that he has always repeated to them. Go hard, gentlemen.
And the zone defense will not do you any good if you are giving up fast break points. And that's what's happening right now for MLQU. Meanwhile, yes, the rebounding probably could be better, but Adamson is already up ahead 23-12. So it's probably just, just wanting to hammer that point even further for the Adamson Brain Trust.
They're right now still in a good position, up by a big here in the third quarter, and they're moving the ball very well on offense, finding the open man. Demisana was open, could have taken that mid-range shot, but he saw a teammate down near the basket for an even higher percentage shot.
And that is what that Demisana threat of shooting from the outside can do for you. Because they know that Demisana has that range, they will close out on him, and that can open up his teammates down low. As Abayon kicks it out to the corner. Three is on the way. No good. Rebound by Ronzon. He's fouled underneath and will go to the line for two.
Not only have the Stallions gone cold from the field on offense, on defense, they haven't been communicating as well as you'd like, allowing a lot of easy baskets and easy passes, entry passes into the paint for the Soaring Falcons, and even giving up these offensive rebounds is not doing any favors for the Stallions, who are trying to mount a comeback here, down by 31 already.
And having only scored 5 points in this third quarter, that is yet another thing to compound their troubles. De Guzman to Bailon for the jumper, no. And Abayon with the rebound. And now I can see Sean Julian favoring that left arm. That was the shoulder that had the bandage yesterday. Here's Bailon. Back to Julian. Shot is too strong. Abayon to the streaking teammate. Sorry, that was Barcelona to Abayon. But Abayon couldn't make the layup.
Good transition defense there for the Stallions. Getting that block was Placido.
Yeah. 1 minute and 40 seconds to go in the third quarter.
I'd go out on a limb and guess that Placido was probably named after Taulava. Might have been his parents' favorite player. Asi Paul Placido.
Because it isn't just Asi, it's the Asi Paul.
Yes, Asi Paul. Just didn't get the height, of course, of our former national team player.
And that's an easy layup for Joshua Barcelona.
And everyone on this Falcons squad has been very willing to pass that ball here today, and that's allowed them a lot of easy looks. Instead of forcing the issue, they've been finding open teammates for easy layups.
Oh, and De Guzman bobbles the dribble, and it is stolen by Abayon. Up ahead, 3 white shirts, 4 white shirts.
It's been a layup drill here in the latter part of the third quarter rather, especially in transition.
Here's RK Bailon, gives it in to De Guzman. Faking the pass, but his actual pass to Hubert Castro was a little too low. Ronzon, sidestep, shot is no good. Barcelona, the putback is there.
And everyone on the Soaring Falcons bench visibly happy at the moment. They are up by 37 already.
Asi Placido gets a 30 to go at the end of the third quarter, cutting that lead somewhat to 34. We'll be back for the fourth quarter. And you're still with us here at the Met Park Sports Center as the Adamson Soaring Falcons have soared to a 34-point lead after 3 quarters, 60-26. Joel Parcon bringing you the action alongside my partner Kyle Sanchez and Beyonce Acosta on the sidelines. This is only the second of 3 games that we have scheduled for today. Later on, we are going to have the Seraphs going up against the Believers. The Falcons, everything is working for them right now. As that's another steal by Barcelona. Sikat for 3. No. Bailon directing traffic. He's met by Sajidi. Screen from Julian, and the foul given up by Sikat. That will be something that a defensive lapse that Adamson will need to work on. Here is Julian underneath. He has been the lone bright spot for MLQU.
And even though he's hurting right now with his previous injury, he's still performing well for his team. Unfortunately, didn't get much help from his other teammates. especially Dino, who's normally one of their better scorers, ice cold from the field here today.
As Joshua Barcelona with yet another basket. He's now up to 18 points and 10 rebounds. Bailon doesn't use the screen. Gets it underneath. They kick it out to Dino for three. Still nothing. And Julian, oh, he babied that shot.
Tried to rush that shot after getting that offensive rebound.
Nice pass from CJ Umali to Joshua Barcelona.
Now, CJ Umali is the type of point guard that you love to play with. As long as you can find a way to get open, chances are he's going to find you. Similar play from what happened between him and Sikat earlier.
Here's Julian attacking the defense, kicks it out. Dino. Back to Julian, wild shot, but he will draw a foul and go to the line for two. And Kobe Demisana checking into the ball game for Josh Barcelona. Julian misses on the first free throw. Second one bounces out. 7 minutes and 24 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Sajili with a jumper off the bank and in.
Well, what I like about Sahili is he's good at doing the little things for his team. He does what's needed, and not really the number one option on offense, but when he needs to and when he's open, he's not afraid to take those shots.
Not afraid to take the shot either is Gabdino. It just has not been dropping for him.
Actually, Sahili reminds me of a friend of mine who used to play for Adamson as well, King Importante. Similar build, similar game as well.
As Kobe gets that lefty in. And what players like Zahir Sajili will be important. They won't necessarily be your top scorers all the time, but when you need them, they can get you those points.
Definitely. Not everyone can be the leading scorer of a team. Of course, there are more role players than superstars on a given squad. So you need those guys, especially if you want to make a deep playoff push. They're going to do the little things. Sometimes they don't always show up on the stat sheet. They may be not as appreciated as the star players, but you won't be able to win games without them.
And that lead at 37 right now. Here's Sajili. Asking for a screen. Gets it to Ronzon for three. Yes, sir.
His brother Austin Ronzon not seeing action here today. It's only Cade, but good three-pointer and good pass coming from Sahili. Good defense by Ronzon.
After that Pinoy step, and Sajili with yet another fast break layup, prompting that timeout called by the Stallions. They now find themselves in a 42-point hole. We'll be back. We've got 5 minutes and 37 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. It's a 42-point lead for the Adamson Soaring Falcons as Placido misses on that shot. And here's Sajili over to Demisana. Gets it right back. The triple doesn't go, but Demisana gets the offensive rebound. Sikat for three. Bounces out. De Guzman rushing. De Guzman kicks it out. Over to Bailon. The jumper is no good. Ronzon up ahead. Who else? Zahir Sajili.
Every time the shot goes up, and as soon as he sees that his team will probably get the rebound, Sahili is off and running. He's been rewarded with 4 or 5 transition layups already.
As Placido missing on yet another triple. Now it is Demisana up ahead. He wasn't able to really seal off. Cade runs on. That pass a little too strong. RK Bailon calling for play number 3. Gives it up. Dino getting a screen from Castro. Pulls up. Yes.
Finally getting one to drop. Dino has been ice cold for the majority of this game. Might be too little too late.
That is actually his first 2 points and his first field goal. Sajili fly by and gets a jumper to go.
A simple yet effective one dribble pull up off the up fake, getting the defender off his feet. Good move there. No wasted movements by Sahili in this game.
Whether in the half court or on the break.
Yes, very efficient for the Soaring Falcons.
As a foul will be called on Manzon. Going to the line. Oh, he won't go to the line. I thought he was going to go to the line. Wendell Ramos. As Sean Julian will check back in for Hubert Castro.
And that's Adamson's 4th team foul. They'll be in the penalty from here on out, but it won't matter too much seeing as they are comfortably in the lead.
Triggering the inbound will be RK Bailon. Here's Placido. He's got a Bayon in front of him. Gets a screen from Ramos. Dino needs to take the shot. Ramos, no. 3 white shirts battling for the rebound. Here's Ronzon. Gets it to Abayon. They swing it around. Manzon. Over to De Jesus and Manzon. The triple is no good. Ronzon squares up. Gives it up to De Jesus for 3. Short. Gets the bounce. And it'll be a kickball violation.
Even the 50-50 ball is being won by the Soaring Falcons, and it's been that type of day. Everything going right for Adamson, everything pretty much going wrong for the MLQU Stallions. And even if you double the offensive output of MLQU, they'd still be down by 11.
44-point lead for the Soaring Falcons. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Ronzon doesn't know it, and he will run out of clock.
We're just waiting for the final score here.
Bailon, back to Placido. When you're a team like MLQU, you've got 2 minutes to go. You're down by 44 points. What else is there to do for you?
Honestly, you just try to execute your plays. There's not really a lot of positives for them to take from this game. Just afterwards, just move on, focus on the next game, next tournaments. but it's been a good experience for them in this tournament here, going up against some NCAA and UAP powerhouses. They didn't get the results they wanted, but this can be a good learning experience for them to try and polish their offense and also maybe improve their defense as well.
They can use this as a means for them to figure out what they will do in the upcoming ASCU tournament. As that ball is tipped out of bounds, but will stay with the white shirts. Meanwhile, for Adamson, they didn't really perform as well as could be expected for them in this tournament, but they are slowly getting there.
Yes, with this impending victory, they will end up with a 3-3 win-loss record. Didn't start the tournament the best way, as they lost their first few games, but still putting themselves in a good position heading into the playoffs, where they could potentially come up with a few upsets.
Placido at the line for two. We will find out from our technical committee what our semifinals slate will look like. Earlier, the #1 seed was determined with St. Clair winning over San Beda, as De Jesus misses on that three. Manzon with an easy shot inside. Bailon, his pass was intended for Julian. Placido rattles out. That sums up the game for MLQU. They hardly had a chance here. Ronzon will dribble it out, gives it up, and that is a layup for Mervin Ferreras. And the Adamson Soaring Falcons winning 84-35, a 49-point win. As you mentioned, Kyle, they will end the eliminations with a 3-3 win-loss slate. As we take a look at the move of the game, it was a sidestep move by Josh Barcelona. And that is the move of the game. And we now have the player of the game, Josh Barcelona, was a source of a lot of points for the Adamson Soaring Falcons. And he is with Beyonce right now.
Thank you, Joel. Like what you've said, I am with the player of the game and the person who made the move of the game, Joshua Barcelona, who managed to get 20 points, 10 rebounds, and 4 assists. Congratulations on your win. Coach Wilfrey told you guys earlier that if he sees anyone lacking on one-on-one defense, he'll put the player out of the court and they will have to sit beside him. Can you tell us, did he actually do that?
No, I think everyone performed well with their defense. Maybe it could have been better in terms of help side, but I think our one-on-one defense showed from the score today.
Well, congratulations on making sure your coach stays satisfied. Now, you're hopefully entering the semifinals. What surprise will you show us there in terms of your individual performance and your team performance that we haven't seen from you in the past games?
I guess in upcoming semis, it's just keep on playing the same way I've been playing, how the team's been playing, stay consistent, play offense properly, execute properly, and play defense to the best of our abilities.
So no surprises, just consistency. Well, good luck on your future matches. Again, I am with the best player for today's game, Joshua Barcelona.
Thank you, Beyonce, and congratulations to Josh Barcelona and the Adams and Soaring Falcons for winning 86-35. And they will now move to the semifinals, I believe, as we take a look at Barcelona signing the official game ball.
That accent caught me off guard a bit. I wasn't expecting that from Joshua Barcelona.
And yes, that is our Spalding legacy ball. Up next, we've got Kianzel Believers going up against the Seraphs. That is at 4 p.m. to cap off our 3-game slate. On behalf of my partner Kyle Sanchez and Beyonce Acosta, this has been Joel Parcon. We'll see you in the next game. This is the NDSL Basketball Series 2025, ang Liga ng Atletang Pilipino.